there is no everyone on here. Hello, Miss Denise. How are you? Sorry for my yawn. I haven't been up very long. I took a nap. Hey, CK. How are you? How is everybody doing tonight? Trying to figure out who else. Damn, that girl needs to stop doing that. Oh, me. I have a friend that likes to send me random Jason Momoa. Um, Jason Momoa pics. So here goes the yard girl. So, hey, Vincy Lou Who, how are you? Oh, shit. Oh, that was dead. I am doing better. I'm doing better than I have been. Hey, Jennifer. What else do we have on here? Denise, CK, Jennifer. Have Vincy Lou Who. Ori, tell me, I love her. Sweet dreams. And my hair's staying blonde for now. At least I can figure out a way to get it silver. I know, Jason's my man. Let's see. Let's see if I can find pictures she sent me. Sometimes these pictures don't show up very well on here. Now, isn't that just yummy wishes? Don't you just want to lick him from head to toe? Mm, 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 mm. Give it a few more minutes. A few. My gang, it should be on here. Got bedhead right now. It's a mess. Oh, I love Aquaman. It's kind of another one out on Netflix. I think it's an older one that I haven't seen where his daughter and his daughter are being hunted or something. Hey, Jody. Smart Jody. Just hi, everyone, because there's a bunch of them on here tonight. Honey, I know all about dodgy internet. Right now, I got my tablet died, so first I got. Yeah, Ori is Nina. If you, I know you know Nina, so. Well, I accidentally read it a few weeks ago. Um, I thought I was reading you, and I was supposed to be reading somebody else, and I didn't get told until like third chapter in. So who knows? Vincy, Jody, I don't have enough juice right now to run them for music too, so we're gonna be musicless tonight. Vincy, quit building her up. So went to court day, girls, and we didn't win, we didn't lose. We She will have the boys every other week, and he will have the boys every other week. He has to move back to the county, and they split everything 50-50. It's temporary so that we can see if it's going to work or if he's going to pull some more shit. So we'll see. She's not real happy about it, but the boys are excited about it because they haven't talked to him in like 3 or 4 weeks, and he's already called them and talked to them. And um, she and he both have downloaded an app that for co-parenting, and it shows the dates on who's got the boys which week and all that, so they can make plans and stuff. And then um, it also shows money being exchanged, and it keeps up with all that stuff. So I might read this off my phone because it ain't enough on here. All right, y'all. I'm gonna have to lean down here some because I got to read off the phone. Alrighty, one more minute and then we'll get started. CK, is there any place you want me to stop or just read until 9 o'clock? Well, what we're hoping is that he'll screw up, and then she'll have evidence, and for sure, without any doubts, and she'll get him all the time. But this is really for the better because the boys get an equal time. But he's really not the greatest father. He's not the worst father, but he's not the greatest father. He's an ass. He thinks only about himself. So we'll just have to wait and see. Thanks, CK. All right, I'm gonna get started. Um, CK, is it Tasia or Tasha or something different? One or two, Tasia or Tasha? Anyways, we'll read the prologue, and it's her, Tasia. Okay. Prologue, Tasia. The ground is frozen, the air is cold, the snow is swirling in the wind. But that's not what has my body numb. The sight before me has paralyzed my body. It has frozen my heart and ripped away my soul. I know there are people around me. I know they're attempting to soothe me with their touch, console me with their words. I can't see them. I can't hear them. I can't feel them. The only thing I see is the casket my sister now lies in. The only thing I hear is the sound of her casket being lowered in the ground. The only thing I feel is the pain of the ice as it freezes my heart, numbing me from the inside out. Why did I move away? I should have stayed and protected her. Felicia, my baby sister, the wild child that loved to live on the edge. She loved life and lived every day like it was her last. No regrets, she would always say. Those were some of the last words she said to me before her life was taken 8 days ago. Tasia, you need to stop worrying so much. I'll never stop, Felicia. You are my sister. I love you. I'm not telling you what to do. I'm just asking you to be more cautious. Kyle is a nice guy. This weekend getaway will give me a chance to get to know him. Felicia, please. You've only known him for 3 days. He's a stranger that just moved to town. You are being reckless. Hey, Audra. Look, I promise to call you when we get there. I'm not going to sit still and let life pass me by. Remember, sister, no regrets. I love you and I'll talk to you soon. She didn't talk to me soon. The only thing I got was a text with a few words. How cute is he? No regrets, sister. And a picture of an unaware Kyle adding logs to a fireplace. When I didn't hear from her Sunday night, I called her. Her phone went straight to voicemail. I knew at that moment something was wrong. With me living in Manhattan, it's not exactly a hop, skip, and a jump to Fargo, North Dakota. I called my mom and asked her to go to Felicia's house. Of course, she and my dad were out with friends. She wasn't concerned because it wouldn't be the first time Felicia disappeared for days. That is true, but there's never been a time Felicia didn't keep in contact with me. I know my sister, and I know something is wrong. I begged my mom to go, or I was catching the first flight out. She promised she and my dad would stop by Felicia's on their way home. When my phone rang a couple of hours later, I felt a pain in my stomach. I knew it wasn't good news. Tasia, sweetheart, it's time to go. My mom steps in front of me, and her hands come up to cut my face. People will be arriving at the house soon. Do you think I give a fuck about who shows up at the house? She flinches at my outburst, but doesn't let go of me. Her eyes are puffy and red. I know this is hurting her, but it's killing me. Anna, I'll stay with her. Go to the house. Sella rescues me. My parents don't understand me being a lesbian, but they support me and they love Sella. Sella takes my mother's hands from my face. We'll be there soon, I promise. She tells her before embracing my mother in a comforting hug. Go now, David is waiting for you. When my mom reaches my dad, Sella turns to me. It's just the two of us standing next to the hole where my sister's casket now rests. I can't do this, Sella. I don't want to go to the house. My body shakes as the tears rush down my cheeks. How can I go and watch as people mingle about, talking, laughing, smiling? How can I face that when all I want to do is crawl into the hole and hold my sister? Tasia, listen to me. You are one of the strongest people I know. It's going to take time, a hell of a long time, but you will get through this, and you won't be alone. I will be with you every step of the way, through the good days and the bad. He wasn't here, Kyle. I watched for him to show. I studied the picture Felicia sent me. I want answers, Sella, and I know this guy has them. Chapter 1, Tasia, 1 year later. We moved back to Fargo 6 months ago. Being freelance artists, we do a majority of our work from home. Sella, along with being my life partner, is also my business partner. That's how we met 5 years ago. Both of us were presenting our work to one of the big advertising companies in New York. They loved what each of us had sketched up, and it turned out our ideas combined were pure genius. We were hired as a team, and the rest fell into place. We could have moved right away, but I had things to figure out, and our timing had to be perfect. The apartment we wanted wouldn't have been available for a few months, so when the time came to pack up, we moved into my parents' guest house. Now, 6 months later, Sella and I are moving into our place. The past year has not been easy. I miss Felicia. Often I visit her grave. There's a sense of peace when I talk to her. It's as if she can hear me because sometimes I feel her presence. With my phone up just in case I had plenty of charge. I wasn't sure. Um, in the chilled air, a blanket of warmth will wrap around me. That's when I feel the peace. But it doesn't take away the pain. And the moment I walk away, the hole in my heart hurts once again. I'm still searching for answers. I have some, and those that have been found are important. No, they are critical to finding the rest. Asphyxiation is what was determined as the cause of death. The police haven't any leads, no evidence except for what I gave them, and nothing turned up with that info. They've given up, so Scylla and I decided to take matters into our own hands. My sister was wild in all aspects of life, especially her sexual side. Once she invited us to a club, we declined. To hear the stories was one thing, but to physically see any of it, to use Felicia's words, a hard limit. Felicia was very much into kink. I never shamed her for it, but some of her stories of bondage and BDSM scared the hell out of me, and I did voice my concerns. Sella and I like to keep our sexual endeavors private. We're not vanilla, but we're far from being creme brulee. I grab another moving box and empty my dresser. There's not much to pack. Most of our belongings are stored in my parents' basement. The guest house is fully furnished, so we only needed clothing and personal items. Everything else stayed boxed up. The moving truck will be here in a few hours. Today is Thursday, which will give us the entire weekend to get the new place set up. Sella is flying back to New York on Monday to meet with one of our clients and turn in the artwork for a new women's perfume. I tape up the final box and stack it with the others. The basement is next. We are going to move everything out to the garage to make it easier for the movers. Most of our stuff is behind the stairs. While waiting for Sella, I start bringing boxes out. My heart stops when I see Felicia's name written across the top of one. When we cleaned her place, I kept everything. I didn't have the strength to let any of it go. I still don't. Sliding the box in front of the stairs, I sit down and peel the tape back. On top is her address book. It's the most important piece of evidence we found so far. While going through it, we came across a name, Branston. I wouldn't have given it a second thought. My sister had many male friends, but next to the name, in parentheses, was the name Kyle. It was too much of a coincidence to let it go as nothing. The address was a the address was for a high-rise apartment building near downtown. Scylla and I watched for several days, and with the picture I had on my phone, we got the confirmation we were looking for. How is Branston? Thank you, sis. Hey, Kim. Welcome to the crazy house. Okay. Sorry. Those are my regular glasses, and I can't read them. I can't read you from here, which is bad, but I can't read with anything on up close either. So, Chapter 2, Tasia. That's the last box, Sella says with an exhausting sigh. I don't remember having this many boxes when we moved to your parents. Worn out from the move, we both topple over and land on the couch. We also had my dad and uncle to help. They had the truck unloaded by the time we carried out our few boxes to the guest house. True. Where were they today? She laughs and lays her head across my lap. It feels good to hear her laugh. We haven't done much of that lately. When not working, we pull when not working, we put all our spare time into gathering info on Kyle, aka Branston. Now that we are in our place, I need to do something special for her. My hand runs across her head, fingers stroke her long limbs. Often I wonder how I got so lucky to find someone as amazing as her. Sella is my soulmate. I can't imagine my life without her. Keep that up. I'm going to fall asleep and we won't get anything done tonight. I lace my fingers in her hair one last time and run through the long waves. We need a break, I tell her. Go get dressed. I'm taking you out. Sounds good. Casual or fancy? She asks as she lifts her head off my lap. I think we've had our fill of fancy dinners with my parents. I second that. Good. Casual it is. Leaning in, I press my lips to hers. Now, go get dressed. It's winter here in Fargo. The air is crisp and the light breeze nips at your skin. We could have driven, but the place is taking her but the place I'm taking her is only a few blocks from our apartment. Sella laces her fingers with mine. I was never one for any type of PDA until her. The first time she took my hand in public, I pulled away. She responded by coming to a dead stop in the middle of the sidewalk, turned, and kissed me. Just a soft kiss, but a kiss nonetheless. From that day on, every time we were out, she would randomly stop and kiss me until the day I was the one that had stopped and pressed my lips to hers. The smile that was on her face is one I'll never forget. Sella broke through my awkwardness with PDA, and that was a proud moment for her. The neon sign in the window of the restaurant comes into view across the street. Large green letters act like a beacon in the darkness, calling out to people passing by. We need to cross here. I pull her toward the corner and wait for the signal to change, giving us the okay to go. Look, I pointed to the sign. Euros! Sella's favorite. The little bell above the door dings when I pull it open. The place is small, booths line the wall, and a few tables are set in the middle of the room. I laugh when Sella takes a deep breath. It smells amazing in here. Behind the counter, you can see the kitchen. It's all open and lined up under a row of heat lights are several vertical spits holding the mouth-watering gyro meat that is waiting to be sliced. The guy behind the counter smiles as we approach. Good evening, ladies. What can I get for you? They have all types of sandwiches listed on the menu board, but we are here for only one. We both order a euro. Sella gets double meat and extra tzatziki sauce on the side, along with a large order of hand cut double fried french fries. A few people are sitting and enjoying their meals. When our food is ready, we grab a booth by the window. It's a beautiful night. A few snowflakes are falling, and the light from the neon green sign in the window makes them look like tiny emeralds. Snowflakes falling is not pretty. I'll just go throw that out there. I was thinking, Sella says in between mouthfuls of euro. There's a dollop of sauce on the corner of her mouth, and her tongue swipes around her lips. This shit is good. I laugh. Anyway, I was thinking when I get back from New York, maybe we could take a few days to ourselves. We have been nonstop since moving here, and other than dinners out with your parents or trips to the store, I haven't seen the city or places you liked as a kid, except for the occasional finger point of the places we drove by. You honestly want me to bore you with all that? Tasia, before this move, how many trips to see your family did we make? A lot. And how many times did we go sightseeing? I have to pause and think about it. She's right. It's only been restaurants and stores. Never, I admit. Exactly. And you've been blowing off Catherine. She's your best friend, the only one you kept in touch with after moving to New York. She misses you. The guilt rises. I have been ignoring Catherine. Not on purpose. It's just she was a big part of my life growing up, and most of those memories include my sister. but I do miss Catherine. No, so, no, no, so, no, 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 no snow, Jody. There's a reason I live in Georgia. Thank you very much. Okay, let's do it. Those words bring a smile to Stella's face. I'll call Catherine tomorrow and arrange a get together with her and Kevin. We'll have them over for dinner, then I promise to take you sightseeing. Thank you. Sella ordered €2 to go, and I can guarantee one will be for breakfast. That's one of the things I love about her, all her quirky ways. I've seen her eat dinner for breakfast, breakfast for lunch, dessert for dinner, and I wouldn't want to change a thing about her quirks. Well, that sounds like me. When we get back to our apartment, I make good on my promise and call Catherine. She acts as though she doesn't know who I am when she answers. I deserve it, and it makes the guilt of avoiding her heavier. Thankfully, we fall into conversation easily. We talk for a good 30 minutes, and plans are set for Thursday evening. Sella will be back from New York Wednesday. We'll have dinner with Catherine and Kevin Thursday. Then Friday and Saturday, I will take Sella out to see all the places I loved when growing up. I'm working on unpacking the few remaining kitchen boxes when I feel Stella's hand glide over my waist and wrap her arm around me. I have a surprise for you. She pulls my hair off to the side and kisses my neck. We'll finish this tomorrow. Come with me. I follow her to her bedroom. She passes by the bed and goes into the ensuite bathroom. I can smell the lavender before I step through the doorway. Our bathroom has a large jet tub that is filled with steamy water. The counter is lined with lit candles. Stella is all about romance. She loves to pamper me. Time to relax. She pulls me to her. My skin tingles as she runs her fingers down my cheeks and over my neck. I step closer and brush my lips over hers. Every time we kiss, it feels like the first time. The excitement, the butterflies, and the goosebumps cause shivers to dance over my skin. Sella is the one who has made me feel this way. I kiss her again, and with more passion this time. Her breath hitches as my hands trace over the curves of her body. If I could, I would stand here. I would stand here forever, kissing her, and let life and the world just pass on by. Chapter 3. Tasia. The feel of Stella's lips still lingers over my body as I pour a cup of coffee. After our bath, we had a couple of glasses of wine and made love into the wee hours of the night. There's never a rush when we cherish one another. We know every inch of each other's bodies, but it always feels as if we are exploring for the first time. I hear the door to our bathroom open and know Stella has finished showering. I pour her cup of coffee and take it with mine to the living room. Just as I pass the large picture window, movement catches my eye. Kyle is walking through the living room. I stand off to the side, not wanting him to see me. I would have been fine with any apartment in this building. We lucked out when one of the two that became available just happened to face the high rise across the road. Even luckier that it was directly across from Kyle. I call it luck. Stella calls it fate. Either way, it comes. It comes. Either way, it works for me. Breathe, babe. Not realizing my body has gone stiff, I'm holding my breath as I look across the way at the man I despise most. Stella rubs her hand on the small of my back, soothing me. She knows what the sight of him does to me. Come on, babe. Deep breath in and let it out slowly. Her words guide and comfort me. That's it. One more time. The tension dissipates and my body begins to relax. When I get like this, yeah, yeah, paper's falling off my laptop. When I get like this, my mind, without fail, questions if I'm taking the apartment across from him was a good decision. But getting justice for my sister washes it away and I know we made the right choice. I follow Sella's lead over to the couch, and once I'm settled with my coffee in hand, she returns to the window, shuts the blinds, and pulls the curtain closed. A couple of coffees later, I manage to pull my thoughts together, and we get started on unpacking the remaining boxes. It's mid afternoon, and there's a stack of broken down boxes laying by the door, ready for the recycling bin. Opening the refrigerator door, I'm faced with empty shelves. As I expected, Sella had one of her euros for breakfast, and we split the other one for lunch. Dinner will be bread and butter if we don't make a trip to the grocery store. We both love to cook and have pretty much the same taste, except for Sella's extreme sweet tooth. I love a rich slice of chocolate cake or a velvety cupcake topped with creamy buttercream every so often, but Sella needs a decadent treat daily. Most times she bakes her own, but I always keep some type of bakery goodness on hand for those times when she needs an instant sugar rush to satisfy those cravings. I would say it's the reason she goes to the gym or has a stack of aerobic videos, but it's not. Sella was a gymnast. Her mom enrolled her in tumbling classes at the age of 4, and it progressed from there until she landed wrong off a dismount and snapped her ankle, which in turn twisted her knee with enough pressure to snap her ACL. Her dreams of being an Olympic gymnast were shattered. Several surgeries and endless physical therapy sessions weren't enough. Dreams may have been shattered, but she didn't allow it to break her. Another plus to our apartment building is the main floor, which holds a state of the art gym along with an indoor pool, and I know Sella will make full use of them both. How does chicken Alfredo sound? I ask as we put away our load of groceries. Perfect. I'll make a Caesar salad to go with it. Hold the and anchovies. She finishes my sentence and laughs. I'll get you a, I'll get you over your fear of them one day. I squirm at the thought. Never, I tell her and make a gagging noise. After dinner, we enjoy a glass of wine and snuggle up on the couch with a romantic comedy playing on TV. Not even 20 minutes in, and Stella is sound asleep, laying across my chest. Not much longer, I doze off myself. I wake to my bladder screaming at me to get up. Never fails when I drink wine before bed. Only I'm not in bed. I'm still on the couch. I give my eyes a moment to focus. The Netflix logo is dancing across the TV screen. Sella is no longer next to me. She's now sound asleep at the other end of the couch. Slowly, I pull my legs out from under the quilt, trying not to disturb her. As soon as my feet are on the ground, I hightail my ass to the bathroom. Peeking at the clock on the nightstand, it's just after 2 a.m. I would love to crawl into bed and catch a few more winks of sleep, but I'm wide awake, so I head back into the bathroom to brush my teeth before setting off to make coffee. Oh no, I can go back to sleep real easily. Ew, 6 feet of snow? Ooh, yeah. Yeah, I have a friend in Minnesota. Yeah, it's always snowing up there. They're crazy. Chapter 4, Tasia. By the time noon rolls around on Sunday, we are completely drained. Stella and I are doing some final tweaks to the presentation on Bacino, the new women's fragrance that is launching next year. Ivory is going to love this, I tell her as the cursor moves over the background and adjusts the coloring. To anyone else, they wouldn't see the subtle change in the blue she just made. For our eyes, the slight adjustment in contrast makes the image pop. It's perfect. We save her work, making a backup copy to send to Ivory so she can have time to look it over before Stella arrives tomorrow. I'm going to head down to the gym. Do you want to join me? I wouldn't mind doing a few laps in the pool. Why don't you go do your workout and I'll meet you down there in an hour? Make it 90. I'm going to add a few miles to the tread since I've skipped a couple of days during the move. Okay, babe, sounds good. While waiting, I whipped together a light dinner for us: thinly sliced smoked salmon with crisp greens wrapped in a soft spinach tortilla. Time to grab my swimsuit and head down to the pool. I don't make it past the window when my eyes catch Kyle in his living room. He's not alone. Sitting next to him is a woman. She's in a white robe, a mug in one hand, and the other is flipping through a magazine. Long brown hair cascades over her shoulders. Kyle is also in a robe, black, maybe a deep blue. He's leaning forward with a newspaper open on the table in front of him. They sit in silence, never turning to look at one another, focused on whatever it is they're reading. The only movements in the turn is the turn of a page or the raise of a mug. I watch and wait. Waiting for what? I don't know. Who is she? A girlfriend? His wife? Maybe just a random girl he picked up. Shaking my head to clear my thoughts, then grabbing the side of each curtain, I pull them shut, blocking out the view. Rushing into the bedroom, I get my suit and shove it along with a towel in a duffel and go to meet Sella. Keep wanting to say Stella. I feel refreshed stepping out of the shower and wrapping a towel around me. The swim did me good. My body is relaxed. I don't know what it is about the water. It always releases tension. I slide a comb through my hair before tying it up in a towel, then squeeze a generous amount of my favorite lotion into my palm and rub it over my skin, starting at the ankles and working my way up. The smell of eucalyptus and lavender is soothing. I throw on a pair of yoga pants and a t-shirt, then release the towel twisted around my head. Long, thick black hair falls over my shoulders and midway down my back. Sella is laying out clothes that need to be packed for her trip tomorrow. When I step into the bedroom, her phone must be connected to the Bluetooth speaker because her favorite playlist fills the space. I watch as her hips sway back and forth to the beat of an Evanescence song. When she turns and sees me leaning against the wall, she smiles. Black or burgundy? She holds up two business dresses. Burgundy. She slips it into a travel garment bag and lays it across the back of the chair that sits in the corner of our room. Come on. Taking my hand, we go back into the bathroom and she pulls out the vanity chair. Sit. Let me do your hair. Soft and gentle fingers run through my strands. Mmm. I hum to the sensual touch as she styles it in a loose braid. I'm going to shower before we eat. I can smell the chlorine from the pool. She wraps her arms around my neck from behind, her lips kissing just above the collarbone. Scylla knows all my sensitive parts. The tenderness of her lips tickle my skin. I won't be long. Chapter 5. I drove Scylla to the airport at 7 a.m. We had coffee and shared cheese Danish in one of the little cafes while waiting for them to announce her flight was boarding. I'm meeting my mom for lunch today. Then afterwards, she's going to help me pick out a new desk for Sella in my office. There are two spare bedrooms. We chose the smallest one to set up for work. The space maybe it's smaller than the other spare room, but it's larger than what we had in Manhattan. I should be focusing on work. I wanted to get started on our next project and sketch up a few drafts, but my mind keeps wandering across the road. Kyle, Branston. Why does he use two names? Who was the woman with him? What and who was he to my sister? Unanswered questions cloud my thoughts. Glancing at the clock, there are still a couple of hours before I have to meet my mom. The decision is made to set work aside and revisit the boxes that belong to Felicia. One box I have avoided and kept hidden from my parents. It's not a moving box. It's a chest I found under her bed while cleaning things out. It's the one I haven't looked through. The one I slammed shut within seconds of opening it. Just seeing the handcuffs on top told me all I needed to know. Felicia had told me about it, the chest. She never held things back from me. I want to go through it. Maybe there's something hidden within that within that will give me more info on this Kyle Branston, whatever the fuck his name is. As desperate as I am to open it, I can't. I need Sally here with me. So I venture to one of the other boxes and pull out the address book. Starting at the beginning, I flip through one page at a time, studying each name. I don't recognize any of them, and I noticed something I didn't the first time I glanced at it. None of the names are in order. There is no ABC about it. They're all just random. Something else I didn't notice. I now see several names with another name in parentheses next to them, just like Kyle's. I continue to flip and stop at one name, Catherine. That name and number I do recognize. It shouldn't bother me. Catherine is my best friend. She left Felicia as a sister, and after I moved away, the two of them still kept in touch and got together often. There's just something about this book. Why don't I know any of their names? None of Felicia's schoolmates, no one she had worked with. Hell, I'm not even here. It doesn't make sense. Tossing the book aside, I rummaged through the other things I had thrown in the box, most of which are novels, romance stories, I'm guessing. Toward the bottom is a leather bound notebook. The words Daily Planner are etched on the cover. I didn't pay attention to many details when we packed up Felicia's apartment. The thought of her lifeless body being found there never left me, and I wanted out as quickly as possible and never to return. Untying the leather strands that hold the notebook closed, I flip it open. January is in bold script at the top of the first page. Below that are blocks where Felicia had written the days of the month. Each page holds a week. I turn the pages. February, March, April. The last year of Felicia's life lies in my hands. I feel the shake before the panic sets in. My heart is racing and beads of sweat form across my skin. I need to get my pills before my muscles go weak and collapse me to the ground. I need Sella. I need Felicia back. Rushing into the bathroom, snatching the bottle out of the cabinet, and with shaky hands, I managed to get a pill without spilling the entire bottle. Not bothering with the glass that sits on the sink, I turn the cold water on and put my mouth under the stream, washing the pill down. I've had several of these attacks since Felicia's death. The littlest thing or memory sets them off. The doctor said they will lessen over time as I heal from the tragedy of losing my sister, and I hope that's true. But I also know until I bring down the man I know is responsible, the healing will never begin. Chapter 6. This will probably be my last chapter. Y'all, I'm surprised my voice has lasted this long. Chapter 6. Tasia. My flight, my flight departs at 10. I've already arranged for a car to bring me home, so you don't have to drive to the airport. You didn't have to do that. I was looking forward to picking you up. I miss you. I miss you too, Tay. Sella sounds exhausted. I can hear it in her voice. She spent all day with our client, Ivory, and she loved our artwork. By the time Sella left, she had a contract in hand. Our workload is expanding, and there's no doubt in my mind we will do great things. After Sella told me about the details of the meeting, I told her about the planner and what I noticed about the address book. My obsession with this Kyle guy and what happened with my sister is growing stronger. I know it's a distraction, and most people would tell me to let it go and let the police handle it, but not Sella. She's with me every step of the way, and whatever it takes, she'll be right there at my side. I think we should ask Catherine about the address book. I tell Sella. I agree. Maybe she'll recognize some of the names. A yawn sounds through the speaker on my phone. It's worth a shot. Babe, go get some sleep. You need to be at the airport at least a few hours before your flight. You know how crazy it gets there. Okay, I'll call you once I get there. I love you, Tay. Can't wait to get home to you. I love you too. Dream of me always. The phone goes silent and I set it on the arm of the chair. I've been sitting next to the window that faces Kyle's place for hours in the dark. It's 10:30 p.m. and there hasn't been any sight of him. Is he out with friends on a date? Maybe he works an evening job. I wish I knew his last name. It could it could make things easier. I don't know what time I fell asleep, but I woke up with a sore neck from the angle I slept in the chair. Stretching out my legs and twisting my neck with which cracks instantly, I laughed silently to myself. Sella hates it when I crack my bones. It gives her the chills. One more twist and crack, then I lift my hand up and try to rub out the discomfort. Looking out the window, the moon glows in the night sky behind a thin veil of clouds. My eyes move across the way. There's a light on. When did he get home? Is he alone? I wait a short time for some sign of movement, but none comes. Just as I'm about to close the curtains, a thought occurs to me. That just might work. Boom! Talking about a mic drop and a good place to stop. Damn, I'm good and I didn't even know that. I hate Gatlinburg. I love the mountains, but I hate Gatlinburg. I hate it, I hate it, I hate it. Too crowded. It's just awful. See? Oh, Betsy. All right, everybody. I don't know how many of you remember this, but this was my last live read as a regular scheduled one. Um, I will do some special ones from time to time. Um, may not be every month, but I'll still I'll still do some special ones. Um, but I just got too much going on in my life, and I need to put some more priorities first. Plus, I'm just so tired all the time. But yeah, I it's gonna be it for a while. I hope you guys have enjoyed it. It would have been 2 years in July, right? 3 years in July, 4 years in July. Damn, 4 years I've been doing this. No wonder I'm tired and worn out. I started in what, 19? Yeah, started in 19. So yeah, it's been a while, girls. Been a while. But yeah, Audra only come in 2 days a week now, and I do everything in my power to try to get out of those 2 days. Nobody does the sexy voices like I do. With my new medicine, my sexy voices aren't even that sexy anymore. They're getting where they're kind of not right. 4 long years. Whew. But, yeah, but I appreciate it, CK. It's a great book. You guys need to go get it, read it. You might be a little surprised what's getting ready to happen. So, like she said, the chaos is about to begin. Yeah, I gotta work on me a little while. I got some things going on and inside and out, so I gotta take care of me for a while. So you're so welcome, Denise. Thank you for coming. Jen, if you're still on here, thank you for coming. I appreciate that. My team, Audra, thank you. You know I love you all. Um, it's been a good 4 years. I love you too, Vincy, so much. Love all my girls. Alrighty, so that's it. You girls have a wonderful evening, and until I talk to you again, go read some books, and thank you, Jen. I appreciate it. And happy reading, everybody. Love you all. Good night.